Man, I've been catching myself on these nighttime videos. I'm always coming to the gym. I do these before I go to the gym, just a little pre-workout, a little pre-upper. Anyways, I want to talk about a couple strange things that happen and have happened and continuously happen to me when I'm on retention. I've been doing semen retention since I was 23 years old. I'm 35 now, so I've been around the block. I've had a couple long streaks, very long, and I've definitely had some odd things that have happened to me over the years, really over the decade and a couple years after that, or on top of that. One thing I'll say to keep in mind for me is dreams. Dreams are huge for me. They're very symbolic, and they happen a lot more frequently when I'm holding my energy and allowing it to come up my spine and nourish my body instead of depleting myself. I notice when I do deplete myself, or if I do fall in times where I'm just struggling with who I am versus who I want to be, my dreams just get all messed up and they just don't make a lot of sense. But I feel like when I'm on retention, my dreams have a lot more symbolic meaning behind them. I had a dream just recently where I had like some kind of like animal like clipped onto my arm, and it seemed super innocent and super nice, and I looked at it and it was just smiling at me. But over time, I didn't mind it being there, but for the whole part of my dream it was there until I realized I don't want this anymore. I'm tired of having this on my arm. So I remember I took my hand vividly in my dream and I tried taking it off, like pulling it off, and it didn't want to come off. Eventually, though, I got it off and it released, and I noticed there was 2 holes in my arm, black holes, and that really woke me up and made me realize that although, spilling our energy seems innocent and can become a habit for a long time, it's filling those 2 holes. It's filling the void. So I need to fill that void, and am filling that void with purpose, passion, creativity, friendships, and showing up to the world and God and love rather than short-term pleasure. So that's just one example of how dreams can be symbolic. Dreams they can show you things for sure. Some can be random, so you don't really know. There's also times I would just put it in the ChatGPT. If you have a dream and you can remember all of your dream and it's very vivid, I would type it in ChatGPT. It's going to very clearly give you a breakdown of kind of what happened, or at least give you some symbology behind it if you don't know. There's a lot of books and things out there too that can help you with that, but I highly recommend to pay attention to your dreams, and also pay attention to how you feel when you wake up. A lot of times too, another odd experience is that energy. For me, I think it's cleaning at night. So when the muscles are relaxed, the body's relaxed, the mind's relaxed, the energy's able to move easier and more free. So when you wake up, you might feel a little angry, you might feel in love, you might feel in joy, happiness, peace, abundance, or not, or it might be opposite. I think whatever that energy was working on overnight is what's going to come up. And over time, you'll get to a point where, at least for me, where it is nothing but love, compassion, joy, and just a good time. Number 2, just one second. Just a little energy drink before I go to the gym. Number 2, people come out of nowhere. I've had odd times where, like, I've gone months or even years without talking to certain people, and out of nowhere, I might get a text, I might get a call, I might run into them somewhere, and it's always a good, positive conversation. But that's happened more often than not, and that makes me scratch my head. I don't think about it too much. I kind of just shut it off and let it be what it is. But it's in this video for a reason, right? It's something that I have noticed. It is odd. It is strange, but I accept it. I accept it for what it is. And it might not be the energy. Who knows? It could just be life being life, right? I can't claim anything. I don't know what's going on, truthfully. But I try to piece it together as best as I can and share the information to others too. And then the third thing, and one of the major things I'd really want to talk about, is feeling the energy, right? Like physically feeling it in my body. Physically feeling it from the base of my spine, coming up, breaking past the upper chamber of the heart, and going up into the head. And I can feel that energy. I can feel it. It feels like a stream of energy. I don't know how else to say it. And if you fall off the path, or you're struggling with who you are versus who you want to be, you're not going to feel that. The energy is going to be cut off. So that energy, when it starts rising up the body, of course it's going to push things out. Of course there's going to be times where people get upset, where you get angry, where you feel love for no reason. Eventually, that's your state. That's the state that I'm trying to go for 24/7, is have the energy come up from the base of the spine, come up my spinal channel, hit the back of my head, come back down, come into my sacral chakra, and really have a connection to my Shakti energy 24/7, to where I feel nothing but love, joy, creativity, passion, peace, and God. That's what I want. That's what I'm striving for. I'm striving for it. And I'm getting there. Absolutely. My days throughout the day feel great. Obviously, I have hiccups. Obviously, there's times where things are just rough and life happens. But the energy almost carries you through it. I don't know how to explain it. The energy almost carries you through the pain. So, really, I'm going to end almost every video that I'm doing on this kind of topics. Continue to practice, guys. It's so important. It's so critical. It's so important. I don't have much else words for that. But seriously, take it seriously. Like, it is literally your life on the line. It is. And every time that we kind of face the dilemma of like who we are at the time versus who we want to be, and we're falling off the wagon, you got to get back on it. There's no other way. Get back on it. Ever since I started this practice back when I was in my early 20s, I've always come back to the practice. I've never stayed away from it because it works for me personally. Right now, I can attest that it works. So please, guys, if you're serious about it, take it more serious. If you want to go, a good couple months, over a year, 2 years, 3 years, do it. Because I promise it'll pay off. There's going to be struggle, but it'll pay off. Some of the things I talked about in this video are just a few of the things that happen. And over time, I'll be putting more out there. But please, if you want a good life, you need to learn how to hold. Yeah, you need to learn how to retain your energy as a man. If that be anything I could tell myself when I was like really young, like 13, I would have like taken myself and like just turned myself away from the computer and like, go back outside. Because I grew up outside, so stay outside. Like, do everything you can besides what you're about to do. I don't have any regrets in life, but that is one I do have. That's the only one. I wish I just wouldn't have got caught up in it. So, it's okay. Time heals, God heals, love heals, and we move forward. So, keep that in mind, guys. Talk to you guys tomorrow.